everybody. My name is Ashley, and I am the host of the IDTMyWay podcast, where we explore innovation, design, and technology, and the ones that do it their way. Today, I am joined with Alex McKenzie-Johnson, who is a senior principal and geologist with Geosyntek. So, hi, Alex. How are you?
Good. How are you doing, Ashley?
I'm great. So excited to have you guys on because you guys did participate in our June 4th event. And it was an amazing time. Just the event was awesome. And so we were super excited to have you there. But before we talk about Geosyntek, I would love to talk about you specifically and kind of your role at the company. But before that, how did you even get involved in this industry?
Well, thanks, Ashley. It's kind of a bit of a winding story. I didn't start out wanting to be a geologist. Actually, I started out in college as a political science major, and
That's a big change.
It was a big change, yep. So I took a Geology 101 course because I needed to get a science credit, and ended up really liking it, and switched my major to geology. And then at some point, when I got out of school, I had to get a job, and got a job as a professional geologist. And then a little bit later after that, I went back and got my master's at Western Washington University in Bellingham. And I was fortunate enough to do my master's thesis on a large deep-seated landslide east of Bellingham on the Cascade Mountains. And when I wrapped up my master's, I got a job at Golder Associates at the time. And for whatever reason, I was working mostly on pipeline projects. And so I was able to apply that geohazard experience I had for my master's to pipeline work. And that became pretty much my career from that point on. And then I was fortunate enough in 2014 when Kinder Morgan decided to start a geohazard program in-house. They offered me a position to create and run their program. So I packed up and moved to Houston, and in about 3 years, we were able to map and manage pretty much all the geohazards of Kinder Morgan's natural gas system, about 65,000 miles of pipeline. And then I guess after that point, I kind of got the itch to go back into consulting, and was fortunate enough to be able to come to Geosyntek.
Yeah, and you've been with Geosyntek for 2 years, correct?
Yeah, just a little over 2 years now.
Yeah. Oh man, COVID totally has ruined your experience so far. Oh my goodness, that's wild.
It's been a great bunch, and it's one of the things that really attracted me to Geosyntek is it's a very innovative company. It's recently sized, about 1,500 people. Spread out mostly through the U.S., but we also have offices in Canada, UK, and Australia. But even though it's that kind of size of company, it still preserves a very entrepreneurial type of spirit, and it really has enabled us to bring in really smart, talented people and to bring new ideas and to grow the business. And so in about 2 years, the Woodlands office, which I run, has grown from just myself to 8 people now, and we're looking to continue to grow in the future.
I love that. So let's talk, before we get into the meat of Geosyntek, let's just kind of talk about your role and what you provide specifically within Geosyntek.
Sure. So like I mentioned, I'm a senior principal, and I run a relatively small office, but growing office here. And we're really laser focused on pipeline geohazard type projects. And so when I say pipeline geohazards, it means the identification of geohazards, doing things like reviewing LiDAR, aerial imagery to map out and identify those locations, going out to the field to characterize the geohazards, and then working with the operators to come up with a good plan of action to manage those, try to drive down the risk from those hazards. So doing things like installing instrumentation or doing mitigation projects to try to stop or reduce the effects on the pipeline.
Absolutely. That's so fun. It sounds like you guys are doing stuff all the time, and especially since you've only been with the company for 2 years. Do you kind of have a vision about where you guys want to go moving forward?
Yeah, I think we want to continue to grow and develop, and I think one of the kind of neat things, I'm able to leverage my time working directly for a pipeline operator to bring that perspective to the projects that we work on. So we have a very operator focused approach. We want to come up with practical, effective solutions. You know, we have a lot of very smart people. Almost everybody has either a master's or a PhD, so we have a lot of that academic background, but we want to take that academic background and make it practical and effective for our clients. So we just want to continue to develop that and do good work to support the industry. And what we're really trying to do is provide that benefit both for our clients and for society by making pipelines safer and less prone to incidents resulting from natural processes.
Absolutely. So with that, we've kind of talked about you and your career and what specifically you do, but let's talk about Geosyntek. Give them their moment. And so kind of what's the history of Geosyntek? What's kind of the mission and the vision that Geosyntek has for industry?
Sure. I'll kind of cut to the present day and then kind of work backwards from that. Geosyntek, as I mentioned, is about a 1,500 person company. We have a little over 80 locations, again, mostly in the US, but some offices in Canada, UK, and Australia. And I believe we actually just added some offices in Sweden as well. So we're starting to get a little more international. It's a very diversified company. We have a roughly equal split between called geotechnical practices and more environmental focused practices. So we do everything from the geohazard type work that I focus on to traditional geotechnical engineering, to environmental permitting, contaminated site cleanups, biological surveys, a lot of really diversified types of practices. So it's essentially everything that involves where engineering meets the ground. It's kind of a good way of thinking about it. The company itself has been around since the early 80s. And it was originally founded and focused on a waste management landfill type projects. And so that's for the name of the company. Geosyntek is from Geosynthetics that were being used as some of the landfill technology at the time. And then it's grown and developed since that time.
And are they still doing that kind of work as well? Or has it just been kind of transitioned into this specifically monitoring and other things?
No, absolutely. I mean, we do work for landfills, for dams, and levees, for highways, construction projects, so other oil and gas type projects. It's very diversified, not only in the types of practices, but also types of markets that we're looking to serve. We also do a lot of offshore work, so offshore geotechnical work, and we're looking to diversify into new projects like offshore wind type projects as well. And so it's, like I said, we have a lot of real smart, talented, hardworking people, and they do a lot of different cool projects.
I love that. That's amazing. So kind of, you touched on it a little bit earlier, but I kind of want to bring it back to kind of the importance of what Geosyntek does and offers to the industry. Obviously, you guys are very focused on the environment and the effects that has on different industries, but kind of talk about a little bit of the importance of what Geosyntek does.
Yeah, I think there's a number of things that are really important and very rewarding to work on. There's the direct benefit to our clients that we help them to provide solutions to their problems, and we really want to take all this knowledge and experience and innovative spirit, and when there's some kind of tough problem, help our clients to solve it and come up with a good practical solution. Also, in terms of doing things like for pipeline operators and other clients, doing things like helping them drive down their risk, right? And so the work that I do, there's a very direct risk. If you have a geohazard that causes loss of containment of a pipeline, there's a fairly major impact to the operator, and we want to help them to reduce that. There's also other risks like permitting challenges. You need to have a good team to help you through permitting, which can sometimes be onerous and difficult to do if you don't have people who know how to handle the process. And so we provide lots of those kinds of solutions. So I think it's both a benefit to our clients, but also by making our clients' systems more safer and more effective, and it's also providing a larger societal benefit as well.
Absolutely. So with that, I love that. Kind of transitioning to IDTExpo, since you guys did participate in our event a couple weeks ago. We were so excited when we found out that you guys were participating with us. But what value did you guys see coming into IDTExpo? What value did you see us adding to you guys as an organization?
That's a really great question. And one of the selling points, I think, for us having an office here in the Woodlands, Texas, and also we have another office in Houston, is that for our areas that we serve, the oil and gas and pipeline industries, we really like to be able to collaborate with a lot of other companies. We like to be able to close to a lot of our clients, and we work with companies like ADV Integrity and other companies in the area. And the IDTExpo is one of those good events that allows us to network with our clients, but also some of the other collaborators that we can work with to provide better service to the industry. So it's not just a marketing effort to our clients. It's also an event where we can get together and see how can we work together to have synergies between a lot of the different companies in the region.
I love that. And I know that you weren't able to be there because you were on vacation, hanging out, chilling.
I was having a good time.
Well, we missed you. But with that, I mean, I guess because I know Amy was there, but what feedback did you have from the team about the event and how that was for them and their experience?
It was a very positive feedback, and people enjoyed it. They thought it was well put together. They enjoyed the presentations and being able to network and and speaking kind of a bit of the COVID angle, for a lot of us, we had been kind of on the conference meeting circuit, and for a lot of us, this was the first event in a year and a half, and so it was a really great chance to kind of get back into doing those kinds of events again, and we really appreciated being invited to attend.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we hope to have you guys again at another event and hope you'll come in person for our next one, Alex. But, but guys, thank you so much for listening to Alex. And I have this conversation about this incredible company and what they offer to the industry. We will leave their information in the description below, so feel free to reach out to Alex. But Alex, again, thank you so much. And yeah, just thank you for what you're doing for industry to really, just transform it into a place that is, just responsible and efficient and really has a positive impact on our environment. But thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you, Ashley. Really appreciate it.
Have a good one.